Today we're diving into a concept that I had posted a short about last week or the week before, not sure when this video is getting posted, but some people had some questions, so we're gonna go over everything you need to know today from both sides. Pretty much, right, we're talking about topspin third shots that are coming at you. In today's game with these paddles, those shots are really hard to handle, right? If a ball is sliced, it's easy. Either it's high and we attack it, or it bounces and you have time to back up and see, should you attack it, should you just dink it? It's very easy to deal with. And then drives, obviously we're either gonna punch them down with that counter or we're gonna attack them deep. But what do we do with those rolls, right? It's hard to back up on a ball with good topspin because it jumps into us. You end up not having time. There's a few options for what we can do with the ball, and I'm gonna talk about them right now. We're gonna make this really simple for you. We're gonna break the shots down into two options. So from the left and from the right, it's gonna be the same. I'll show you both. From the left, it's going to be a ball that is a medium-paced roll. This would be a ball that you're gonna see most of the time. It would be topspin, but it's not crazy aggressive. With this shot, we're going to look to be aggressive. So we're going to get into a stance to reach out in front and take it in front of us, but we are not going to be able to attack it up because we're going to expect pressure from either the player hitting it or their partner. You're going to expect that when they roll a good drop like this, that somebody's coming up to net. So with this shot, what we're going to look to do is what we call a soft roll. So here, I'm gonna reach out in front of myself, and you could flick it. The roll is easier though. We're going to roll it cross court onto the feet of the player coming in. So if their partner's standing at the net, right, imagine they're looking to poach, I don't wanna pop it up and give it to them. So for the technique of this shot, we're gonna get outside the ball and push like this. This is gonna get the ball down at our opponent's feet and flip the script. So we're gonna take their aggressive ball and give them an aggressive ball back. But it's not like an attack up here. We're getting it to bounce, right? I'll show you that in a second. The other option is if the ball's even more aggressive, right? You're worried that if you go for that, you might hit it in the net, and that's a mistake I make. Then what we're gonna do is still get down and low, but we are going to dink that ball instead. So instead of rolling it, we're going to dink it. So again, medium aggression, we're gonna look to still be offensive and roll it. Big aggression, we're going to look to just slice in the kitchen, conceding the net. Again, if the shot is good enough, we just have to allow them in without making errors. As you level up, if you refuse to concede ever, you're gonna end up making more errors than you need to and giving away more free points. Thank you for coming back for another video. I appreciate all the support as always. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see next week, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss all the great content we have coming soon. First, we're going to focus on the topspin ball that isn't mega aggressive, so it's just a normal topspin ball. These are the ones that aren't going to look like mini drives, but they're still going to have good topspin and force us to do something with them, right? Generally, the ball is going to come from cross court on these shots. It's a lot harder to keep the ball down when you go line, so we're going to mainly show the cross court shot today. So this is the option where I'm going to look to be aggressive and roll while Zach is coming in. And again, I'm going to go cross court almost always. Why? Because Zach's partner is going to be all the way up here. So if I try and go this way or attack through the middle, they're going to just come over and poach it. This is that disconnect we've talked about in the past, and this is where it pays dividends, where I can really only go to this spot safely. You could see how those balls were below the net, so it wasn't like easy for me to handle, but by using that roll, Zach had to then hit a short hop reset, at least making the point neutral or offensive from me, right? If I short hop that ball and back up, Zach takes control. So this flips the script and allows you to be in control. Now we're gonna go with that even more aggressive ball. So here Zach's, it's like almost a mini drive, but it's still below net. This is the ball where if they're able to hit this shot, especially if I'm moving in, I am just gonna drop it and concede net. Now, I'm still gonna try to take it out of the air so I can get to neutral. Again, if Zach's is so good that it bounces, I'm gonna have to give him a defensive ball, but if I can get it out of the air, usually I can get into neutral at least, not super defensive. Now for a couple, I'm gonna show you, let's imagine I'm switching, right? This is where the shot's gonna be most effective for Zach. So I'm gonna start from here, like I'm a step late, and you're gonna see where this shot really comes in handy. Well, I guess that's the best one I've ever hit. If you hit it that well, you might win the point. But you can see how Zach's really offensive, great drop that's wide. I really can't attack it, especially if his partner's up here. So I just put it in the kitchen, allow him to come in and live to see another day. From the right, it's going to be very similar, but we're pretty much going to get rid of that second option. There's almost never a drop on the right side that I want you guys to slice. So again, if the ball is so good that it's so low, you might have to short hop it. But anything I can reach in the air, you can probably dump cross. The difference is going to be whether I am going to roll it on his feet for that medium ball, or if it's really good and it has a lot of pace, I might not roll it deep, might just roll it into the kitchen. Now, again, the one exception is if I'm really late and he's dropping, I may go like this. But again, for the most part on this side, we're always gonna look to reach and roll. It's just whether it's that soft roll in the kitchen or a slightly more aggressive soft roll onto his feet. So the first ball is gonna be super similar to what you saw on the backhand, but again, with my forehand, I can take a little bit more liberty, right? I could snap a little more, get a little bit more topspin. Everything's gonna be a little more aggressive on this side. And then for his really good ball, now I'm not gonna totally concede, I'm gonna concede with some spin, kind of entering on my terms. So on this side, there's really almost never a ball, again, unless I'm so late that I'm stretched, that I'm gonna let Zach enter anything but neutral. I'm really never gonna give him a defensive ball. That's the advantage to the right side, the advantage to being that forehand. If you're a lefty, you're gonna have to do exactly what I said on the other side. You're either gonna have to slice it if it's too aggressive, or you can do that little roll flick more aggressive if you want. But being a righty on the right, this is one of your advantages over lefties. You can be aggressive on these balls where they have to kind of be defensive. You saw from the left side, I'm pretty good at that, and it's still hard to create a ton of pressure with those aggressive balls to my backhand side. So first, that medium ball. So Zach is going to hit what we would consider a normal topspin drop. This is a drop that has pressure, but again, it's not that crazy aggressive hybrid type shot. So here I'm really gonna be looking to be aggressive, reaching out in front and rolling it on his feet. Now imagine his partner's right here, right? So I'm not gonna use this middle section. That's a really dangerous poach area, right? If we flip, right, and I'm doing it, and my partner hits the drop on the right, and Zach goes here, I would be looking to jump in and take that. That's why I'm really gonna use that wide section to Zach's outside foot and between his legs as he comes in. You could see there how Zach fought his way in, but again, right, he's not entering the kitchen on advantage. It's neutral at best. Now he's going to enter with that really aggressive ball. So first, imagine I'm not switching, I'm up at net. I'm gonna look for that kind of defensive push, and then the second one would be where I'm on that switch. So right now, this is gonna be his aggressive ball versus me at net. So there, I couldn't enter on offense because his ball was so good. All I could really do was push it short into the kitchen and enter neutral. Now I'm gonna show you when I'm off the line coming in on a switch, I may have to be even more defensive. Oh, that's good. You can see when he hits it that well and that aggressive and I'm late, whether I'm slicing or pushing, I'm just trying to get it to bounce over there. So there, I kind of am maybe slightly defensive or at best neutral. There's really no way for me to take that ball and be offensive. So that's where I'm gonna concede the line, let him in, but say, hey, now you gotta beat me at net. You beat me in transition, right? But I'm gonna concede the net and make you beat me again. That's the advantage to being the return team. We don't have to hold the line. We can allow them in if we need to, and then we can make them beat us up here. For those of you who count, Richie recap. So today we talked about how to handle aggressive thirds. These are thirds with topspin, right? And we broke them down into two categories: medium aggressive and very aggressive. Medium aggressive balls have topspin, but you have time to actually kind of be offensive. Right now, our offense is not like it is on pop-up thirds, right? I'm not attacking wherever I want, taking huge swings. I'm generally always going cross with pretty much one target in mind. Wherever my opponent coming in, their feet are, right? We're avoiding the player in front of us because that player's the poacher, and we're attacking the other player. We're looking to get topspin on the ball and get it down onto their feet, whether it's on the backhand or on the forehand. Now, with our aggressive balls, right? These are the ones that are low and maybe you're even late on. These balls are going to be super tough, so on the backhand, we're definitely going to use slice, and on the forehand, if you're there early enough, you could push or possibly slice as well. Forehand has a little more variability, but either way, this ball is not going to be on the feet. I'm not looking for feet with this ball because a lot of times I'm going to get attacked on that. I'm looking for, in this case, if you go back, the green, right, the kitchen. I'm looking to get this ball to bounce in the kitchen, which is going to, at best, set me up neutral, possibly slightly defensive, but it gets rid of any transition offense, right? When you watch top players play, and I don't just mean pros, in your division, people that have the topspin usually get lots of free points off of bad short hops, bad backup attacks, or bad reach attacks on balls that are low. This is because I know when I hit that ball and I see it down, if I see you swing up, the ball's going to travel up, so they come in and they attack. That's free points. This is how we get rid of that. So again, medium aggressive, a little more variability, maybe we attack a little bit. Very aggressive, we're looking to get that ball to bounce into the kitchen, concede the line, and play neutral pickleball. Remember, as the defensive team, think of it as two stages. You want to have to lose transition and the net. The easiest way to let your opponents out of jail is to let them win the whole point in just transition. If they have a great transition, great drop, whatever, let them in and make them beat you again. Make them beat you back and up. They have to win 2 out of 2. You just have to win 1 out of 2, right? They could miss the drop, or they could hit a great drop, but then lose the net, right? So you have that advantage that they don't, and this is how you abuse it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to come back next time for another great video.